Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bye here. Today we are going to revisit on one of the OG commander pairing, and it's going to be Alex and YSG. Um, so does it pair still work well for late KvK? Right? I think Alex and YSG can work really well for KvK Season 1 and Season 2, and possibly Season 3 as well. But does it pair can perform well in later KvK like Season of Conquest KvK? In like whereas the KvK where like pay to win player can get very high research, they can bring out 6-7 marches, right? So we gotta go over some of the skill for these two commander here a little bit. So I'll explain to like why this pair can work really well together, and some of my opinions on if you should be using this pair for later KvK or not. And I'm gonna be showing you guys my equipment setup as well at the end. I do plan to use zip pair for my next KvK. So like as some of you guys already know that I recently crafted 3 lucky coins. uh, so I have 3 lucky coins, right? And I can no longer using Gwen and Alex because the lucky coin doesn't work very well with Alex. So I had to switch up my commander pairing a little bit. So I am gonna be using Gwen and Leo, and my Alex is free, and that is the reason why I'll be using Alex and YSG for the upcoming KvK, and I'll be explaining to you guys some of the reason behind it. All right, so let's go and take a look at why I think Alex and YSG can work really well together. Okay, so first of all, we got YSG is a very universal commander. Right, YSG can work really well with any troop type. Archer can work really well with Archer, but he can also work well with infantry and cavalry as well because he has very high AoE skill damage here, and he also has the passive skill here, low skill number 4, skill damage bonus plus 50%, and his AoE skill damage is amazing in mass open field fighting. So does it 50% a skill damage increase can benefit Alex? So if you're looking at the Alex skill, right, his first active skill does not do any skill damage, but but his second skill can deal direct damage factor 1700, and it can work with YSG. So I'll show you guys a proof right here. So let's go look at the video here. So in this video, I am using Alex without YSG. So let's look at the battle here. So in this test here, I'm using Alex with no YSG, and my Alex can deal 9,700 skill damage here from his second skill, right? So he had 10% chance to trigger his second skill here, and almost 10,000. Let's say almost 10,000 damage here, so that we can remember easier. And the next one, this one I am using Alex with YSG. So let's go and take a look here. Fighting. Oh, when he got cast a skill here. Yeah. So here you are seeing almost 14,000 skill damage right here from Alex with YSG. So YSG 50% skill damage increase definitely working on Alex. So that is something I want to confirm with you guys today. In case some of you guys still wondering, can YSG work with Alex's second skill or not? So let's go back into the game here. So, right, Alex can definitely benefit from YSG skill damage increase, right? And if you're looking at Alex as well, Alex expertise, right? Alex expertise can gain a shield that lasts for a second, which can absorb a large amount of damage factor 200, and doing the effect of the shield up to 3 enemy troops in the circular area take 30% increased damage for 4 seconds. So very long duration there. Meanwhile, he put up a smaller shield for allied troop as well. So can Alex expertise work well with YSG? And the answer is also yes. So like when Alex casting, like if you have expertise Alex and Alex casts his active skill, 3 troop nearby, right? Your main target, the ones that you are currently target, going to get that 30% damage debuff, and 2 other marches nearby also get that 30% damage debuff as well. And if you have a YSG as the second commanders, you have 4 seconds to cast your active skill again. And you know that YSG active skill is very huge, right? Huge circular AoE skill damage. And you can definitely benefit from that 30% damage increase. You gotta be able to hit at least the main target, and the main target will definitely take 30% more damage from YSG AoE skill damage here. And if you get lucky, you can hit the other 2 targets that got debuff as well, and they will definitely take more damage. So Alex and YSG have very good synergy in terms of skill, right? They work well together here, right? They boost each other here, which is very good, right? But that those are the pros for Alex and YSG pairing, right? So now let's talk about the downside for using Alex and YSG on the open field, right? So um Alex active skill can provide you with some kind of like survivability and sustainability right there, right? 200 shields can definitely help you survive a little bit longer, right? But when he does not cast his active skill, right? When, let's say, you're just running around, Alex have a no defense, right? None of his skill providing defense here, right? This one giving infantry attack bonus 30%, and this one giving attack bonus 40% here, right? The only time you get 30% defense increase is when you have your shield up. That is when you need to cast your active skill. And you don't cast the active skill very often, especially for like an attack talent tree here, right? So you probably got cast this skill once every 8 second, 9 second, or even 10 second here. And another thing is that this shield doesn't last very long, right? If you get hit by another skill damage, or if you get hit by, or if you get swarm, this shield wear off very quickly, and you got end up with no defense again. So that is the only downside for Alex, right? Alex doesn't have any defense, right? Permanent defense that increase. Another thing is that his attack talent tree. Attack talent tree does not provide any sort of like sustainability or survivability, unlike a defense talent tree where you can actually heal. So defense talent tree have a medical supplies which can heal up to like 600 damage factor there, which can definitely make your market last much longer on the field. So that is, I think those are the 2 biggest issue with using Alex and YSG. The biggest issue, number 1 is they do not have any defense. Mostly no defense unless you can cast your Alex active shield. Second is that they do not have any heal, right? No survivability there, no sustainability there. So most of the time you gotta find your Alex and YSG marches going down very quickly, and you gotta find yourself to need to refresh them very quickly. So even with the downside, right, you can still use that pair. But you probably have to work your equipment surrounding the pair if you want them to work well, right? So as I mentioned before, Alex and YSG does not have any like defense, right, most of the time. So what can you do? What can you do to make your Alex and YSG stronger and survive longer on the field? So this is my Sunset gear setup, right? So in Sunset Cannon, my Alex and YSG is in the back row. But when it comes to like open field firing, I think Alex and YSG can get target quite often as well. So what can you do is that you can put some legendary equipments on him, right? So for me, I'll be putting my gold helmet Eternal Empire here on him to get more defense. A Hope Cloak as well to provide a little bit more defense as well. I also have another Hope Cloak, but my other Hope Cloak with special talent is going to be using on my Grand. So when you're thinking of like Grand or Alex, I think Grand definitely get target a lot more often than Alex, so I am putting the best equipment on him. But if I can get another special talent Hope Cloak, I will definitely put on Alex as well. So I have a 2 piece of legendary equipment on him here to give him more defense. He has very high attack already, so I am using the Gatekeeper shield on him as well. Give him more defense here. Giving him more defense equipment as well. Set brutality. Character humility here with special talent. I am using the Dulin amulet on him here. Because he have an active shield casting skill, So the lucky coil is not gonna work well on him. I am using the lucky coil on my Charm Hotel in Sunset Canyon only because of my setup, right? My Charm Hotel gets swarmed in Sunset Canyon, so I am putting the coil on him there. For the legging, right? So for the legging, I don't have a lot of like strong equipment on him. I might use it a Scarlet Howl here from Constantine to put on him maybe, or I can just stick with Zit Windswept boots as well for more mobility, right? Or I can switch here, right? Infantry health 4% can work. Maybe I'm gonna add this one as well to gain more defense here. What I am using open field set, right? So let's switch this one here. I'm not gonna be using most likely I'm not gonna be using Constantine on open field for next KvK, most likely not. So this is gonna be my setup for my open field here, right? When I'm using Alex and YSG, giving them a lot more defense, a lot more health here, so that they can last longer, slightly longer on the field, right? I'm trying to give them more survivability here when it comes to like open field fighting. So another thing I want to show you guys, I'm gonna show you guys my setup for my next KvK as well. So for my next KvK, right? So this is gonna be one of my pair here, Traumatel Hero. Next one is gonna be Guan Leo, right? Guan Leo can definitely work better in terms of like getting swarm. I can last longer. I'm gonna use Lucky Coil on my Guan as well, so he'll definitely do better. My other March is going to be Alex and YG here. So I'm going to be using the OG commander pairing here, this KvK, and see how well they can perform. I think they can perform very well. So I cannot wait to get some battle report with using Alex and YG here for the upcoming KvK. My next pair is going to be Richter and Airto Flat with T4. I don't have it saved. I don't have the March saving yet. And my other March is going to be Constantine and Joan of Arc. Maybe. I am debating right now to whether or not I should be using Constantine and Joan of Arc, or should I be sticking with Saladin and Takeda. I will most likely going with Saladin and Takeda again to use like one cavalry marches. But maybe sometime when I feel like using 5 infantry marches, I'll probably gonna be using Constantine and Joan of Arc as well. And so I'm gonna be spending some money in the next KvK as well. So I will most likely being able to unlock 6 marches. So I'll be needing an actual pair as well. So I can definitely running Constantine and Joan of Arc as well. So those gonna be my 6 marches set up right now, right? For the upcoming KvK. So yeah, guys. I personally think that Alex and YSG can still do really well for later KvK. But like one thing you need to keep in mind is that you gotta work the equipments for your commander pairing, right? So for as I said before, Alex and YSG can work well if you know how to build the equipment surrounding the pair. So I hope you guys find this video helpful, guys, and thanks for watching.